Picture Steve Martin years before the gray hair pacing backstage. It's 1970-something and he's about to kill on SNL, or maybe bomb. He's got one mantra rattling in his brain, a piece of advice he gives every aspiring comedian. Be so good they can't ignore you. It sounds arrogant, right? Like you're entitled to success. But what if it's not about entitlement at all? What if it's the only path to work you truly love? That's the question Cal Newport tackles in his book, and it's gonna flip your whole career script. Stick around, it's gonna get interesting. We've all heard it, follow your passion. It's practically the career advice mantra. But what if it's dead wrong? Newport argues this passion hypothesis is a seductive lie. Here's why you should ditch it immediately. Think about those organic farmers Newport interviewed. They didn't start with a burning passion for weeding. Instead, they got good at it, really good. They learned the intricacies of soil, the dance of the seasons, the economics of the market. Their passion grew from that deep well of competence. And that's the difference between finding a passion and building *1. Imagine passion as a spotlight. It's intense, focused, and blinding. You fixate on finding the one thing, and when your job inevitably hits a rough patch, you panic. Is this really my passion? Should I quit and start over? The spotlight creates pressure, a constant need for validation that few jobs can provide. It's a recipe for chronic job hopping. Newport shares a story of a computer programmer who didn't initially love coding. He just saw it as a practical skill. But as he honed his abilities, mastering algorithms and design patterns, he discovered a deeper satisfaction. He became so good he could solve complex problems with elegance and efficiency. That is where the passion ignited, not the other way around. So ditch the search, start building. Forget passion. Embrace the craftsman mindset. This isn't about loving what you do from day one. It's about mastering your craft, becoming so valuable that opportunities chase you. But how do you actually do that? Newport highlights the story of a freelance programmer named Sarah who transformed her career by hyper-focusing on learning a specific in-demand skill, cloud computing. Instead of spreading herself thin across multiple technologies, she doubled down on Oz. Within months, she was commanding premium rates and turning down work. That's the power of targeted skill acquisition. Think of deliberate practice like weightlifting. It's uncomfortable, focused, and requires constant feedback. You're not just going through the motions, you're actively pushing your limits. Flow, on the other hand, is like jogging on a treadmill, pleasant but not transformative. You need the grit of focused effort to truly improve. It's the difference between being busy and being effective. Early in his career, Benjamin Franklin tracked his virtues. Each day, he'd mark whether he'd lived up to each one, creating a visual representation of his progress. It's a primitive form of data tracking, but it worked. By measuring his growth, he held himself accountable and accelerated his development. What can you measure to track your own skills? Okay, you're getting good. But what's the point if you're still stuck in a dead-end job? Newport argues that control, not passion, is the ultimate career currency. But control isn't given, it's earned. Think of career capital like a bank account. Every skill you master, every connection you make, every successful project is a deposit. The more capital you accumulate, the more leverage you have to negotiate for autonomy, better projects, or even a completely new role. Start building your account today. Newport describes a venture capitalist who spent years honing his skills in finance before launching his own firm. He had the capital, but it still took guts to leave the security of a steady paycheck and bet on himself. That leap of faith, fueled by his accumulated skills, paid off handsomely. What's your calculated risk? A freelance writer started small, offering free articles to build his portfolio and network. These small bets, costing him time but not money, built momentum. Soon, he was landing paid gigs, then bigger clients than a book deal. Don't swing for the fences, start with singles and doubles. It's about consistent progress over time. Now you've got skills and control, time to aim higher. Newport argues that a fulfilling career needs a mission, a sense of purpose that extends beyond your own success. But finding that mission isn't about navel-gazing, it's about exploration. Imagine trying to launch a space mission without a rocket. A mission requires resources, skills, and a network. You can't just declare a grand vision. You need the fuel to make it happen. That fuel is your career capital. Focus on building that foundation before chasing lofty goals. Newport highlights a software developer who tested multiple side projects before hitting on a winning idea, a productivity app for writers. He didn't overthink it. He just built, launched, and iterated based on user feedback. That iterative approach, fueled by real-world data, led him to his mission. Think of the adjacent possible, like exploring a new city. You start in a familiar neighborhood, then venture into adjacent streets, discovering new shops and cafes. Your career mission lies in those nearby areas, not in some distant, unrelated field. Explore what's close, build on your existing skills, and see where it leads. You're on your way, you're building skills, gaining control, and finding your mission. But there's one last trap to avoid, the allure of laziness. Even the most talented people can sabotage their own success. Newport points out how easy it is to get sucked into social media, endless emails, and pointless meetings. These distractions feel productive, but they're just a way to avoid the hard work of deep focus. Protect your time fiercely and schedule uninterrupted blocks for your most important tasks. Think of deep work like sculpting a masterpiece. You need intense concentration, unwavering focus, and a willingness to push through discomfort. It's not easy, but it's the only way to create truly valuable work. Find your quiet space, eliminate distractions, and dive deep. Steve Jobs was famous for his ability to say no. He understood that every yes is a no to something else. Protect your time and energy by ruthlessly prioritizing your commitments. Say no to anything that doesn't align with your skills, your control, or your mission. It's the ultimate form of self-respect. So back to Steve Martin pacing backstage. He wasn't just spouting arrogance, he was highlighting a truth. Passion doesn't magically appear. It's built through hard work, deliberate practice, and a commitment to mastering your craft. It's about being so good they can't ignore you. It's about building career capital to obtain control. It's about finding a mission beyond yourself, and it's about relentlessly protecting your focus. So this week, try this. Identify one skill you can improve and dedicate just 30 minutes a day to deliberate practice. You might be surprised at what happens. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.